Hello everybody, welcome back to episode 35 of the Contest Realm podcast. If you don't know already, we're available on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify and iTunes podcasts. All links are in the description, and as well make sure to follow. If you follow us, then it does mean you'll get this information when it comes out for the podcast being released. And also, just to let you know, if you want to find my co-host, then you can find him on www.frontlinemcoc.home.blog. Dan, welcome. It's been another week.
Rich, it's been quite a week. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. There's a lot of things that I've alluded to and not alluded to with the secret goings on of me from life stresses and things.
Yeah.
Stuff that I can't really go into more detail. I've spoken to Dan privately about, which I'm not going to like scare people, but basically, and if you are listening, there was a good chance that if things didn't go up, I might have been giving up full-time YouTubing. There's a bit more to this story, and there's still some stuff I need to resolve with it, but it's kind of it was kind of a weird, scary time in amongst trying to take a minor vacation in amongst all the stress and worry of that. And also myself and Em returned back and did a lot of work with things to do with our wedding, the venue, thinking about how we're organizing it and other stuff. It is a fair way away, but the COVID situation has meant that things aren't as straightforward as they were, especially with the UK going from 30 people can be in attendance to a wedding now down to 15, and where that will look like next year. So it's been one of these weeks for me. I know, Dan, you've been battling some allergies and some illnesses. Hello, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's been a complicated week all around, but yeah, sounds like you had way too much life this week, man.
Yeah,
that's when you're talking job and wedding and all that kind of stuff. That is a lot to deal with.
Yeah, I've even kind of like tomorrow. Well, we'll record. Well, when this goes out, I'll be taking down my entire setup to then try and begin the new setup for the new office. So I'm kind of like going, man, what have I laid myself on for this week? So and that will be a case that as soon as I've set it up, I will have teething problems because I need to buy some other things which I didn't buy just in case what happened with my job situation. So
right. Oh my goodness.
So I'm like, I need like life to stop hitting me hard for about like, I don't know, about another month. But in any case,
I think everyone feels that way in 2020. Like, can I just have a good 3 to 4 week pause where nothing happens? There's no news cycle.
Absolutely.
we could just kind of breathe and catch up, because I think we're all in some regards just feeling a little bit run down, a little bit overwhelmed, and need just a timeout to chill.
Yeah, that's true. In some ways, I'm like, thank God there's not. And I know people will differ because there will be people going like, oh, where's Summer of Pain? Where's this? Where's that game? And I'm glad that there's not a huge amount of content going on in game. I'm doing the Cavalier stuff, the 4-star challenge and Cavalier, as slowly as possible. And I think it's good because I'm getting back into a grindy feeling rhythm. It's the first time in, I want to say, a month, maybe 2 months, I've been able to grind Arena. And I've missed grinding Arena. I've not had a chance to grind it out for literally 2 months. So it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I can't remember the last time I did like the T4 basic or the alpha. Like that was usually like my arena grind. A couple times a week, I would do those arenas for the resources and just throw on some TV show and just kind of grind out mindlessly and chill out, do that. But there just hasn't been time. There's been too much life and the other content and getting through Cavalier difficulty, Mutant Treasure Island, all that stuff that I don't want to miss out on. That just kind of have run out of time. But like you said, thank goodness this is a 5-week month, because if the event quest was ending on this Wednesday, I would really be sweating bullets trying to get everything done.
Yeah, me too. I think I've just got the last 2 quests to do for the 4-star challenge, and then I've got the Apocalypse one. I've left Apocalypse to last because I think that's one that is I need a day of stress with it.
That one makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Have you figured out how to evade his specials yet? Because I've watched videos. and I haven't gotten it down yet. I'm working through master mode right now just to get the reps in.
Well, I was better at the SP2 evading, but the sequence of it just feels like it's changed. So I might instead kind of go with a method of, do I want to do something where I require to either be hit or take it in a block? I'm just trying to think of an example. Does it go? I can't remember if it goes unblockable. If it doesn't go unblockable, I might go for the likes of Beardo.
Yep.
Which I did last time, and that seemed to be good, especially if, just reduces down damage. If not, maybe something that Cap Marvel movie on a charge up if I do intend to be hit, or just use what I did before and go Warlock, or maybe try and find something that suppresses power gain in a kind of a RichTheMan kind of like, look, I've had enough of this. I'm getting frustrated with trying to dex and it's not coming off. Or this, it's just things that I'm just like, look, I need an easy way through it. I don't want to faff around with evading if it's not going to ping off. So I don't know who you might be.
Yeah,
who you line up.
I'm not so worried about the Cavalier difficulty when I'm using my full roster. I think I had some fairly good runs with Sparky and Sentinel and Darkhawk in Uncollected. So I think I'll be all right for Cavalier. But the 4-star challenge with the damage and the health pool differential that worries me. I've got a max 4-star Stark Spider-Man, so probably start there.
Nice.
I might try Spider-Gwen for the auto evade.
That's a good idea.
See if that works out for me. But otherwise I may go Captain Marvel movie, 4-star Captain Marvel movie as well. I'm gonna have to play around with it. I'm digging the 4-star challenge. It's making me think. It hasn't. I think it's cost me a couple revives through 3 chapters, but nothing that makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
So I'm liking it so far. I'm worried about the magic.
Yeah, I'm on that tonight.
Magic and Apocalypse worry me. The first 4 bosses. I haven't done Professor X yet. I'm in the middle of that one, and I've been saving the 4-star run for the last run through for 100% of the quest.
Yeah.
It just helps me practice and work into it. Overall, I'm liking it, but yeah, the last 2 bosses really worry me. I do have a 4-star maxed out G-Hulk, so that's probably going to have to be the ticket there, but still, that is a whole lot of magic there.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with... No, that's just going to be the limbo damage. It's a bit of an iffy choice. I keep on throwing myself back to Archangel. I sort of earmarked him as being my option. I tell you what, he's been putting in work. That 4-star, even though, and this goes back to like what we've said before, and like how I'm kind of geared around the idea of time association to stuff and doing other things and having more time for other stuff that I do in life. And because I've been streaming a lot of it. I've been streaming a lot of the Cavalier difficulty with the 5 stars, and I've been doing the 4-star run, which has been really enjoyable, but it's not that much engaging from a streaming perspective. A lot of the time I like to engage with like the live chat. And when the clearing of it is taking 30 minutes a piece, like my live stream, I'm kind of trying to put it into, I'm trying to do like a 1 hour, 30 minutes. So it's like it's short and sweet, and then I can go on and play another game before, say, if I'm feeling stressed with a game or whatnot. So it's taking 30 minutes plus to do 1 path with the 4-star challenge. And it's fine. I've been kind of I've been doing bosses with 0 revives. I think once I had to do a revival or something. I can't remember which one it was. But still, like, it's good. But also like, I'm seeing the issue of like time. Thank God I only have to do this once. If I do it more than once, clear right through, I would just be like, oh, I just can't.
And you really have to concentrate too.
Oh God,
when you're live streaming, you can't really focus on saying like keeping the disc track node up with your Captain America Infinity War and hitting all those parries and then answering questions in chat. That's a little bit much.
Yeah, like those streams are like, welcome to RichTheMan's Marvel Contest of Champions stream. Here's the vision of my head or my hair.
Put your head down and just
and me being
see you
silent.
guys in 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. For like, and it's like, welcome to the entertaining Marvel Contest of Champions stream. I mean, with yours, your place for your camera, so you see a good chunk of you. But it's like, and I'm like, I don't wish to be rude. I've got a standing desk, and pointing the camera anywhere else doesn't really work, especially with the lighting of the room. But new setup coming very soon, so that should hopefully be a thing of the past. But it's like, it's just like, welcome to the stream, isn't this?
Right. Well, that's why people have guests on call when they do Labyrinth and Abyss, because they know they can't talk and play at the same time when they're doing that.
Yeah.
So someone's got to read the chat and keep the conversation going. But your Cavalier's not quite that bad, but it's not easy. It does make you focus, especially that 4-star challenge. I like what they did with it, but you do have to mentally prepare yourself for it.
Yeah. What am I on now? I'm on like the path to get to the magic, and it's just like, ugh. Yeah. Like you make one mistake, and it's like, M wants to talk to you about something, and I really want to kind of like, get involved with that conversation that she's talking about, and then I'm like, oh god, I've got to concentrate on this fight for about like 1-2 minutes. Like, do I just do it? Do you know what? Whilst I'm with it, I'll just do a bit of arena, and it means that I can just like, pick up, put down, pick up, put down, pick up, put down, and like when I'm up here, I can do the concentrating thing. So, and literally, it's just like you have to do a covert operation. I mean, the same for you. It's just like you're gonna end up hiding from your son and wife, going like, "Dan, where are you? Dad,
I know,
Dad,
seriously.
where are you?"
There's certain stuff where there's certain things that I won't do if I know they're gonna be around.
Yes.
There's certain high level stuff, Act 6, Cavalier, Alliance War Attack. Yeah. For sure. Definitely don't want to get interrupted during those things, for sure. If you think you're going to get interrupted, just do arena.
Yes, that's it. Yep. Man, this is good, because this is the other element that I don't think people talk about, the covert stuff. Like, I've heard of the people that sneak off from work to then go to the restroom and play. But also there's the things when you're at home, like when just out of after streams and stuff, I go get into bed, and I'll have to be like, right, okay, it's really late, I'm gonna have to quickly do Alliance Wars and Alliance Quest movements before I go to bed. And it's like I'm watching the clock, like I'm gonna get the God, will you just turn off your phone and go to bed kind of thing, or it's going to be a case that I'm either going to have to do a covert kind of like, oh, let's turn off the lights, and then just get my phone and turn down the brightness of the screen and just be like
all the way down.
I just sometimes like, I'm just like, shit, if I can get underneath the covers and just like start playing away, will it be seen? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, my wife actually, she has a couple pillows she just puts up to block the screen light. Like, she doesn't care that I'm actually doing it. Like,
I got the same.
Because she knows, like, she likes to go to sleep like an hour or two before me. So it's like she knows I'm going to be up playing, but she just part of her thing. She just constructs her little pillow fort, blocks it out, and it's all good. My son, he gets more into it because he actually likes the game and the characters. So,
cool.
But he's always like, why? He's always like, why did you pick this person? Why aren't you using one of my favorites? And you can't really explain that. And then he'll just be like, can I spin some gems? And it's like, all right. So you grab a PHC and you let him spin it, and he'll be like, who did I get? I'll be like, that's Colossus. And he doesn't know who's good or bad in the game. He'll just be like, he is really powerful, Papa. Like, he's just trying to talk me into like it being a good pull. And it's like, well, it's a 2-star. But yeah, if it was a 5-star, it'd be a great pull, bud. So we have a lot of fun with it.
Oh, that's good. It sounds like it's like the comment section of videos when it's like that's a good champion, that one there. Oh no, that's a bad champion. It's like the comment section. No, they know more than they let on.
Yes, much like in your recent 6-star opening.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
That roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of weird. Like I had to put in a pinned comment, right? Because I didn't want to come across like I was like
because it came off like you were taking it worse than you really were.
Yeah, it did. So I had to kind of like, I am happy. It's just a case of like when you've got like everyone jokes about the memes, and then like sometimes you go like, oh. If you go oh, and you're sinking down oh, and then it's like, yay, you're just like, that was a thing, that was good, but you're like, you can't go like high very early and then deflate to then go high up again. It's not that I'm just gonna like, go like, oh, that was a bad pull, yay, that was a great pull. It's like, you can't just, that's not how like proper humans function, unless they've got a problem to kind of go from like yo-yoing like that. It was a case of going like, I was just felt so much like just disappointment, like, man, why did I even bother? But then it's like, I am happy. As I put in a pinned comment, I am happy. It's just having that small little amounts of deflation. Yeah, I was just trying to, like, my balloon was like big and wide, and then it deflated down, and then it's just a little bit of puff more of air back into it. It's still a happy balloon.
Yeah.
I think I've adequately explained myself.
Oh, so shall we get to the big news of the week that ruffled so many jimmies across the battle realm?
Thronebreaker,
the latest progression level in Marvel Contest of Champions.
Yeah.
So how you feeling about this one?
Weird. I think
weird. Okay.
Weird for me is that technically I'm there, but I'm not. It's odd, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I think you're the same. Technically, you're there. We both technically qualify, but we don't. And we don't based on the 6-star rank 3 conundrum.
Yeah, definitely not close to having a rank 3 6-star. So yeah, that's the thing, is that it's like they put in this like plus requirement with the rank 3 6-star, right? Like, it's not enough. If you just do Act 4 one path, Act 6 one path, you're not going to have the T5 CC necessary to get a rank 3 6-star. So you've got to do some of the other stuff, whether that's 100% exploring Act 6, Abyss, or buying all the deals, or doing variant 5 plus a bunch of map 7 with epic mods to get there. So it's interesting. I feel like this is their way of trying to do something different here, right? Where this is the first time that it's not just about completing a piece of content, it's also about the rank up. So I'm interested to see how this will age, because it's going to get easier over time. Yeah. And it should allow people somewhat of a choose your own adventure. Like, how am I going to get the T5 CC? Am I going to 100% explore Act 6? Am I going to do Abyss? Am I going to just grind out a queue every week? Am I going to do hopefully multiple variants, which all have T5 CC, and maybe explore some of the earlier Act 6s, or maybe I'll just grind the event quest in Cavalier difficulty until I get there. But you're eventually going to end up at the same place, and that's Thronebreaker, and you're going to be able to choose your own path. Now, that certainly doesn't help people so much today, because the options are much more limited, right? And I think that's it. But the headline, of course, is it's a gate, right? Like, whether it's a gate that affects you or not, it's still a gate. These things are always gates. There's a ton of gates in the game. But it's always one of those things, is they throw up a new progression title, and people always want to know, well, am I on the inside or am I on the outside? And if I'm on the outside, I'm probably not happy. And that's how you get a forum thread that's approaching 25 pages, maybe
Yeah,
more.
I left it last night when I recorded my video. I think 16. So it's already gained 11 more pages. It's probably gonna, by the time this video is released, it's probably up to or past 30. So it's crazy. Out of curiosity, where are you up? Sorry, where's the estimate? Where's your estimate of where you might be getting that first rank 3 6-star?
Yeah, so actually, I just posted this on Twitter, and it's talking about getting Thronebreaker, and basically like where's the T5 CC that I don't have, and you're talking about the event quest variant 5 haven't finished, so I haven't got that one. Act 6 100% for 6.2, 3, and 4, and then of course 100% the whole thing, and then Abyss. So I've got some options. There's some T5 CC out there. I'm not worried about being Thronebreaker day 1.
Yeah,
it's really about Cyber Weekend.
Yes,
and I think that's what's got people really crossed up, right? Because if the Cyber Weekend deals for Thronebreaker are significantly more valuable for the same amount of units or real dollars, which they are, when there's progression-based deals there are, right? Like the Cavalier deals are better than the uncollected deals, better than the Conqueror deals. Like, we know this. We don't know for sure that Cavalier and Thronebreaker deals on Cyber Monday are going to be different, but once you get there and you find out they are, it's too late, right? Like, probably not going to run Abyss that weekend. So it's really like, how much RNG do I want to risk? Because I could do the event quest for the next 3 months and variant 5 and probably 100% 6.2 before Cyber Weekend, and hope that I end up with another half of a cosmic T5CC, which is the only class I have anyone that I'm willing to rank 5. So I mean, that's not the best bet in the world, to be honest, right? Like, you're talking 6-10% and 2-25%, and I need half of a cosmic. That's not great odds.
No, I think there will be there's strategy to this. For me, just kind of put my perspective into where my roster is. It's either going to be next month I form, and I thought it'd be this end of this month, but it's just not realistic. But somewhere midway through, depending on what the Cavalier challenge is going to be, the Cavalier difficulty, the side quest, I will form a tier 5 class catalyst.
Yep.
But if that goes good, if it's thumbs up, if it's thumbs down, then I will largely get a lot of tier 5 class catalysts in different areas that I'm just like, why is this so scattered? So this will lead to the next point of then trying in November to do exactly the same. If I fail in November, I then have to work out a strategy based on Cyber Weekend. In that, I will have to see what the unit deals are and go, look, if for whatever reason one of those monetary things is a tier 5 class catalyst selector, I then buy that. That then will allow me to get a rank 3 6-star. If I am so bold as to go, look, it's Cosmic, I'll put it on Cat Marvel Movie. If it's Mystic, it goes on Black Widow Clairvoyant. If it's Skill, then God help us all. But the thing with that would be, right, I've got a rank 3 6-star, I qualify for Thronebreaker. This means that my unit purchases can be that, or well, what should be, it then rolls over for you purchasing the Thronebreaker versions of the unit ones. So there's that's my contingency plan.
There's a lot to deal with here.
I know. We just talked about life complication rubbish, and it's
and here's the other thing for me, at least, like talking about expanding my 6-star roster. I really want to hold on for the next 6-star featured, which we know has Dragon Man, Professor X, and the boy Big Paco. Big Paco, who everyone is hot for right now. I would be happy with any of those as a 6-star. Apocalypse is great because you don't need to dupe them, which is always great. But then I'm tired of, all right, well, that's not opening another 6-star until December 15th.
Yeah.
That's a big commitment.
Funnily enough, to yesterday, so Saturday, I've got a meaty video, an absolutely meaty video,
Ooh.
which is actually called Save for Apocalypse. Now, through some calculations, I've worked out potentially if you were to save between now and say you've, let's just assume, because Kabam actually gave out 20,000 6-star shards this month, which I didn't.
Did they?
Until
it adds up, doesn't it?
Yeah. Then if you say October's a dryish month where Kabam only gives out, say, 14,400, which is, say, an average. It's the current uncollected of monthly, Cavalier monthly side quests, which say Cav event is 5,000, 2,500 for uncollected event, uncollected side 1,500, Cavalier side 5,000, whatever, and maybe some calendar Cavs that they occasionally put in. You add the 14,400 to another dry November. December, very early on, will be the what is it called? It will be the Cyber Weekend, because I think it drops.
Cyber Weekend. Yep.
Yeah, I think it drops December 2nd. I don't quote me on that. I don't know if that's 100%.
I think it's. Let me check. When's Black Friday in the U.S.? Black Friday 2020 is November 27th.
Okay, so maybe I've got my sums a little bit off with that one, but that's it's all relevant to the point, and the point will be at the end of December. If Kabam roll out something similar to a stuff that they rolled out last year, so say they did like not a gifting event, but something similar where they give out a volume of shards, and based on the Thronebreaker title being an addition, current meta shifts and blah 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 blah. There could be on offer by the end of December 83,000 6-star shards between now and then, which gives people 5 attempts. Now, I will explain that fully in the video, and I'll probably send you this spreadsheet off stream, off here. It's not like a concrete thing. It's an estimate based on assumptions, logical assumptions,
right?
But it is an interesting kind of process to get to this point.
Yeah, and of course we still don't know what the back half of that featured pool is going to be, what October and November will bring us. If there's a couple more real good champions in that mix, then the value of that crystal is really going to be up there.
Yeah. It's going to be so exciting. I mean, I'm starting saving now. I've kind of said like that after the 6-star opening. That's enough for me. I'm not doing any more. As I need to think about the future of my roster. I won't have a mutant fully formed, I don't think, until December at least. So that would be come in line with those 2 champions. Yeah. And then I'll be considering, like, which I think by the end of the year going like, okay, like, is it time for Abyss? Clear that before any new content comes in. Am I doing well, I'm hoping I've 100% 6.2. I'd like to think by the end of the year I've 100% 6.3 and 6.4, but everything happens.
That's asking a lot, and there might be variant 6 or book 2 in December as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's probably some more 6-star shards and other rewards. Oh man, a lot to think about. Oh, that rank 3 6-star apocalypse. That's the dream.
It's what we all hope.
That's what we all want. I had one guy, one good friend of mine, my buddy Vet, who is my incursion buddy. He did 15 calves, double dupe on the 5-star Professor X and the 5-star Apocalypse.
Nice.
And he's like, should I pop more or stop? I was like, dude, you're ahead. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop now. You've won the RNG lottery.
Yeah, I am jealous. Got my first ever 6-star from a Cav yesterday on stream.
I saw that.
That was weird. It was funky to have. I mean, it wasn't an Apocalypse, but it was something.
You rank 2 that Rhino, and you throw him on Alliance War defense on that intercept node.
I
just ruin someone's day.
As much as I'd like that, I also would not like that. not for like putting against someone else. Haha, alliance offensive team suck that to you. But for the point of like viability, why am I doing this? No.
It's only 3 tier 5 basic and 7 tier 2 alpha for a Rhino.
Oh great.
What's the big deal, Rich?
If I wasn't kind of like at a point where I'm like I need to rank up, what have I got? I'm just gonna like have a quick look now. So I think I've got like a full. So there's 10 tier 5 basics, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I got 17 tier 5 basics. I need to do something.
Yeah.
Except for rank 2 a Rhino. I'm not going to do that.
Oh. Well, we can keep talking about that.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll check in on that. So the other big thing that is hanging over both of our heads is that first pass in the abyss. Because that is a guaranteed tier 5 CC. If you do one clear, you get one full random tier 5 class catalyst. Now the thing is, with me looking at that, I don't have Aegon yet.
Yeah.
I am popping those mutant skill dual class crystals every chance I get. Still no Aegon. If I burn through a bunch of my units to get Thronebreaker, and then I can't buy the 15k unit deal, or can't buy it without spending more money than I would like to, that kind of defeats the purpose, right?
Yes. I'm at a weird point with Abyss where I'm kind of like, do I want to create the perfect team, or do I just need a sufficient counter to Mystics? And potentially I could do that. I could invest in my Void in order to fill the gap of Human Torch.
Yeah.
It's still something I'm toying with the idea, but as well, there's the other element of how do I want to balance the 10-hour progression and as well my alliance commitments to things like, well, Alliance Wars, Alliance Quest. Yes, there could be some work I could do with my alliance to figure out some alternatives to some of my main team, which a lot of the time, I'm using Dr. Doom in my offensive. He's a pivotal part of that team as well. Nick Fury, I do use from time to time. Actually using general content grinding. Do I have 10 hours of a day to grind out? No, I don't. There's a lot of things with that, a lot of variables to time, availability, and things.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Like, I'm looking at it like, okay, well, there's 2 guarantees on the table for me, and that is 100% Act 6 or one path of the Abyss.
Yeah.
And you look at one path of the Abyss, and it might be brutal, especially without Aegon, but it's over in 10 hours. Like, how long? if I've just done, I've done half of 6.2 and one path in 6.3 and 6.4. Like, we're talking what? Like, I don't know, 80, 100 hours? Like, it's a lot. Like, every path in Act 6 makes you feel it. So part of it's just like, well, how much time do I actually have to devote for this? Like, even if Act 6 100% is quote unquote the easier path and would cost me less units, it's going to cost me 8 to 10 times the amount of actual time playing the game. When and not that, it's certainly not a wasted 100% Act 6. I want to do it, but I got to find the time to do it.
Yeah.
And if you're going to compress it, that is very difficult to do when you've got a job and a kid and other responsibilities.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and that is a very good point. Time and allocation and things like that. And is 10 hours better than the extensive grind that would be to the likes of doing Act 6? And that's the thing. That's where I'm at the moment. Like, it's easier for me to consider, okay, well, let's I've done variant 5. I've done a lot of the side quests. I've done things that gather tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystals at the 2% and kind of accumulated them and whatnot. And once, and it's just a process. Like, it takes short time. It would take a lot less than 10 hours to 100% 6.2 for me. So that then puts 6.2 before doing Abyss of Legends. We're just about to enter into a new Alliance War season, so I'm kind of like a bit dubious about champion association with champion restrictions and availability, because I want to work hard. We did Platinum 4 again last month, and I want to work hard this time to do Platinum 3. I want to be in Platinum 3 finish, so I want to put my all in and have the best team available for the paths that are going to be scuffy as hell. The other thing with that,
it's not fun, Rich.
No, it's not. You're right.
I can tell you the you get on that tier 3 map, and you go through those potions quick, man. It was not an enjoyable time. I think I itemed out 2 or 3 times last season, and that tier 3 war was a big reason why I decided to step back from my longtime alliance. So I'd been in Shield family and an officer for almost 3 years. Love those guys. My MCOC brothers there, and it's definitely still in the chat and stay in the loop. But yeah, I just needed to step down for a season. The wars were just were bothering me too much. Even when we were winning, it kind of hurt too much. So big shout out to Cap Murdoch for giving me a home to chill for this season. They do some map 5, map 6, and 2 BG tier 6 war. So
nice.
Looking forward to a few off days, not having to deal with those Alliance War defense tactics.
Good.
I think that's the biggest thing for me, is those defense tactics. And you start, you run into these nodes where it's, void mini boss on shifting hazard.
Oof.
Or hazard shift, whatever it is. It's like, and a void you can't, that's stun immune. And it's just like, okay, like this might be all the items if I make one mistake.
Wow.
Yeah, or stuff like that, or there's been so many. It's like Nick Fury on encroaching stun. It's like just one. That's the thing. It's one mistake, and you're talking 1,000 glory worth of potions. Like it was eating me up. It was too much.
I really don't blame you for that. Maybe I'm being too optimistic with trying to do what we're trying to do, but
it's the thing is, like, you have a good war, right? Like you don't die and you don't spend any items, and you feel good, you feel like a hero. And then if the next war goes the wrong way for you, you're just like, oh, like all that hard work was just ruined, and even if you win, it doesn't feel good. Like, I think that's my main problem with Alliance War. I think a lot of people feel this way. Is it's a game mode where the high from the wins does not feel nearly as good as the bad feeling from a loss, or from just dying, or maybe just using a bunch of potions. Like, maybe you don't die, but you still use 10 potions.
Yeah,
like, that still feels like crap, because you're like, oh, I just spent 9K worth of tier 5 basic from glory. Like, I really would have rather ranked someone up.
Yeah, man. Okay, maybe
it's
we
tough,
don't
man.
want that.
It's tough. See, you gotta find out for yourself, man. You let me know how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll check in. We'll see how you're doing this time next week when you're a war in or two.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Let me know.
Yeah. But I guess this is the thing, isn't it? Like, if I wanted to, I've got the process down about like how I want to get tier 5 class catalyst. It will just be a case of like what happens with RNG, what I'm willing to do with the time. And again, it's comparable with the 10 hours. Like it's like going, if I put 10 hours worth of work in, I'd be at 100% Cavalier. I'd be at 100% uncollected. Well, actually, no, uncollected doesn't really matter, but 100%ing Cavalier difficulty to, and also the side quest 10 hours to get, to invested in different areas with minimal effort, and as well more pick and choose than I think is positive for me. And I'm not gonna. I will do it. I will do Abyss of Legends, but I'll do it when I want to do it. Especially
I think that's the big message with Thronebreaker and just all the talk about it is if you rush, if you make a rank up that you feel bad about, you're probably gonna feel worse about it afterwards, right? Like there's gonna be that regret if you force something and if you rush. So. I think pushing is okay. Like it's great to have a goal. Like pushing is in a game is fun. But if you don't enjoy the process and the journey, then you're probably not going to enjoy where you end up.
Yeah.
So just think about that. Like it's not required to be Thronebreaker day one. I know I'm not going to be Thronebreaker day one. I've come to terms with that. It's about putting together a plan that works for you and going from there.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea for a video. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to call it the Thronebreaker plan. Well done, Dan. You've given me an idea for a video.
I do what I can, Rich.
See, that's the inspiration I need.
Yep.
That's why we work so well together. And
got to get you back to the grind.
Yep, I think
getting those YouTube views.
Yes, indeed.
Well, another one is I haven't had time, but maybe you should make the video because it was suggested to me because I wrote an article about which variant should you do first, and of course the answer is, well, what does your roster look like? And I kind of broke down the pros and cons of each variant, but I haven't had time to make a video. But honestly, you should do that video because a lot more people would see it if you do it than if I do it. Yeah, and I think it would help a lot of people.
We'll say like it's done in a collaboration standpoint.
Yeah. Well, you sent all those views over to Frontline this week with your fantastic resources of the community video.
Yes,
which I very much appreciated. And the Cyber Monday thing, you covered like 4th of July, right? You were like recapping 4th of July, looking towards Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
I think at some point. So yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Although that info about comparing 4th of July to Cyber Weekend is probably now not going to be correct based on what Thronebreaker could deliver. But
that video maybe didn't age well just because it was such a crazy news week.
Yeah, cheers, Kabam.
With like the one thing that would directly affect that information.
Yeah, thank you, Kabam. That's nice of you to do that.
Kabam McKay, always coming through for you, Rich.
Yes. Also, I have to find out because I did send. Where is it? I don't think anybody's. Well, Karate Mike's responded to it. Have you seen my platinum pool? I put it on Twitter as well.
No, I have not seen your platinum pool.
My platinum pool looks different to most other platinum pools.
Oh.
In that it's got 1, 2, 3. It's got 3 right arms, 2 left arms, and head and legs, and that's it.
A little bit of a mutant platinum pool.
Yeah. That's what Kabam have kind of like, and that's going to be the video. Like I'm designing the thumbnail at the moment, and it's got like Kabam's platinum pool versus RichTheMan's platinum pool, and it looks well. I mean, cute in a kind of a deformed way. In that you could be beautiful and deformed. That's fine. Especially platinum pool, but that's the thing. Right. Have we finished talking about Thronebreaker?
I think we have, yeah.
Yeah, I think we've adequately addressed that. And now we're going to talk about Marvel Realms. So you probably, if you're listening to this on Sunday, then you know that on Friday, myself and Dan got back into doing a little bit of Marvel Realm. And we're both sporting very spiffing looking maxed out Storms.
Yeah.
I'm rocking... I tell you what, I picked up 2 rare bits of gear, which I'm really excited to show off.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I now have 3 rares on my Storm.
I don't think I have any rares. I just think I have uncommon.
I got a bad wand. Not as a male I should be saying that, but but it's really bad. I think I'm still rocking a common or a very bad uncommon, which I need to kind of work on. But yeah, some crazy stuff like I heal while channeling, using with my legs, my leg gear. I've also got something where whilst champions are frozen, I do more heavy attack damage. And I think there's one other thing as well that positively affects, but it's like it was very unusual rare gearing.
Yeah, there's some once you get into the uncommon and the rare gear, there starts to be more stuff like I think I've got like one crown that's like heat resist, and then the something that's like mythic resist, shock resist. It's cool, but right now I want to collect all the uniforms for her though. Like I feel I've just got like I've got all the parts for like the black and yellow uniform, but I only have like the white cape. Like I don't have the white top and the white pants, or like I don't have like the blue cape yet. So like I want to accessorize, man. I want to have like all the different outfits, like they like go together. Like I feel like Hulk, you can kind of just like have like it's all just like gladiator armor, like at the end of the day, and you can kind of like mix it all together. But with some of them, like Black Panther and Storm and Sorcerer Supreme, like I want to have that cohesive look. I don't want it to just be like junk pile Iron Man. Like I want the classic red suit. That's what I want, man. But it's you gotta get those gear drops.
Yeah, that's true. I think
and sometimes you get a tasty bit of gear that doesn't work with what your ensemble's trying to say.
Yeah, I'm being very careful with my Storm. I think I'm coveting her like some kind of like, well, like a goddess, because she is just that. Yes. And she's looking really good. I've got the kind of like the headdress is more of like wingtips, with a mohawk down the center.
Oh yeah, the mohawk's great.
Yeah,
mohawk all day long for my Storm.
I've got the Dark Goddess crown, which is the one that's got like X's at the side. When we do the stream, you'll be able to see it, but it's like
I'm jealous.
It does it really crispy. I've got her up to now. We'll be up to like a battle rating of 700.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
you put in the grind this week.
Oh, honestly, I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying myself with the game.
It's a fun game. Yeah, no, I'm having a lot of fun with it, and the details are so crazy. Like it's crazy how the tattoos changed based on the looks too.
Yeah,
like they've put so much time into the art of this game. It's great.
Yeah, it's good as honestly, it's good. It's weird. There's people that have that slated the game right at the very start, and I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to like embarrass them. At the same time, they know who they are. There's been a few of these that are now coming round to the idea of the game, and I'm like, I'm not going to rub their faces in it, right? But I just find it weird that people kind of went, game bad, game really bad, and it's like, I might be interested with playing it, and then find myself playing it. But here's the thing, like I'm enjoying myself. I was, and as we said last week, I was unsure at the start if I would enjoy it or not, and it's only been in the last, I'd say, 2 weeks that I've really started enjoying it. I need to do a lot more. Every time I get a new champion to play about with and work on, like the next one's Hulk, and I'm kind of like getting back. I started off with Hulk, didn't really enjoy it, but as soon as I started working hard and I got Storm, I was like, let's work Storm. I'm really liking Storm. Then I finished her off, and she looks great. She's performing well. I get an idea of how to play her. I'm winning a lot, and now it's a case of like, okay, well, let's try and replicate the ambition to go, let's find out how to play this one. Let's understand this a bit more. Let's see where the place is on the battlefield. Let's try and help out people. Let's win. And then do the same with the next one. So I'm loving it. Yeah, no, it's definitely having a lot of fun. We've come a long way from the trailer on this game and how we feel about it. Yeah,
because we both had a lot of concerns.
Yes. Where would it be in the space of mobile games? I don't know, and this will I think will be the problem with it. Like maybe because we said about the way that the game had been marketed from the beginning and how it doesn't represent the fast-paced. What could you compare this to? Look, is it the same as Marvel Super War? Possibly. Is it trying to be more like a League of Legends type game? Possibly. But as well, how they advertise it and how they market it is going to be so important, as you've got you've got this kind of game which they advertise the inside gameplay, but not like what it is like to on the outside play it, like the way that, you know, I'm talking, like I'd be talking to yourself, Dan, and going like, okay, well I'm going in, I'm going to be attacking these ones, I've got my SP3 ready to go. I'm hitting off my SP3, and again, maybe you're comming with people, maybe you're not, but that idea of quick pace camaraderie, quick pace multiplayer that is only vibed, and you can only vibe with it from seeing it on the outside rather than being inside.
Yeah, I hope that the next bit of marketing we see from them is much more like what you're describing, which is people actually playing a match versus like super quick cut, like look at all this stuff, because it just it didn't represent the game well. And it gave people all these concerns which didn't end up being true when you actually played the game. Like that's not what you want from your marketing. You don't want people to be worried about stuff that that doesn't exist. Like you're like, oh, like how am I going to be able to control the characters? Like, is it going to be just button mashing? There's no strategy. And it's like, none of those things are true. But if that's what people are worried about, that doesn't help you get new players. And clearly we want there to be a lot of new players for this game, and we like playing it, so we'd like it to do well.
Yeah, I've just made a note to kind of like, I'm just going to shoot a message to Kabam Thal and I'm not going to say I'm an expert. It's just it's kind of like refreshing and interesting to know that there are other people out there, and some of the ways that, you know, people have come to my streams and how we've interacted. You know, when we finished the game with somebody who then come to the stream and just gone, "Oh, you guys just beat me," I just say GG's. You know, it's like it's a case like it puts this narrative in place that, like, look, you know, we're battling hard against one another. One's going to win, one's going to lose. We've got like my lads. You know, shout out to Ada, Captain Dante, Prozo, Tim, that's Big Blue, and many other people. I've probably Ragey, and all the people that have kind of like been with me on Rich's Realm as we've gone and battled day in, day out, as it does start this kind of good camaraderie. And at the same time, like, you know, I can read a lot of the people. I battle with Ada and Captain Dante a lot, and it's a case like, you know, I can always, I don't know if you find this, Dan, you can always tell when something's going to go in, like, okay, one person puts in an SP3, and then you're like, okay, so, or like, Hulk's throwing his, you throw your Storm SP3, and your Hulk on your team is throwing the SP2 at the same time. So as you've got three people in the vortex, you've got that swinging Hulk in the middle, and it's like, that's pinpoint teamwork.
Oh yeah, when it's clicking, it feels so good. Like you just feel really smart. Like that's the rewarding part, where when everything's well coordinated and you're kind of anticipating everybody's moves, and you can see it when your teammates making a dumb play and it makes you feel bad, and you're like, why'd you do that? But then when they make a good play, like you just feel really good about it. Like that's what I like so much about it, is you kind of have these swings and you like, oh, that was smart. Like, and we won because we were smart.
Yeah.
Like that's very rewarding gameplay to me.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm really, as I said, I'm really enjoying it. You know, people can have their thoughts about this. I mean, this is one of the reasons I've taken Marvel Realm off of my RichTheMan channel. It's that I do want to grow this separately. It's just the case as well. I want it to be that second channel very different to the first, and it's, you know, people are responding and coming over, which I like. I know a lot of people want to see the release quickly, which I think is good. Is there going to be something soon? Next month will be the 0.3.0 update. Kabam representatives, including Kabam Thal and many others, have said, look, it's going to be a big one. So we're like, okay, we'll see what it is, see what it's going to be like.
Oh, it's exciting. They're moving it forward, but I still don't think it's it's imminent that we'll get the global release.
No, I don't
Hopefully
think
by the end of the year.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I don't think. I know people would like, oh, when is it coming? Oh, you should release it now. It's like from playing it personally, I don't think we're ready. There's a lot of little things. Like if people were kind of like would rip on Kabam about the state of something in MCOC, just a little thing like, I don't know, there's a bug with solo events. It's like, well, that's in a game that hasn't even launched. Would you take the piss out of the game more for something that has launched and has bugs? Yes, you would. You make more of an effort to kind of go, oh, yeah, Kabam can't do it right in this game. Yeah. It's like, they need to release it in the most crispiest state they can, simplified, that then they can then build on it. So
yeah, and the other thing is, it seemed like they were maybe positioning for the end of the year to get a bump off Black Widow.
Yeah,
and Black Widow just got bumped back to next May.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that impacts their marketing. It seemed like that was part of the reason why things got pushed back. I don't know if that was just speculation or not, but it's unlikely we're going to see. Well, we know we're not going to see any MCU movies before spring of 2021. I believe WandaVision will be the next thing we actually see from the MCU. I know we don't tend to talk a bunch of MCU on the podcast, but there hasn't been much that's come out since we started the podcast. So I'm super excited for WandaVision, but I don't know if a Disney Plus show is enough marketing for them to launch a game with, compared to what Black Widow is going to be, which is just going to be this, tentpole release for them.
Yeah, that's going to be a good point on the marketing side of things. I didn't think about that. That they want to do the marketing launch on the back of something big. I would say if they were thinking of changing plans, say if they wanted to do WandaVision, then they might have to look into, say, the way that their like houses and kind of like what is it called, like champions are. Like they'd have to do I don't know, a robotic kind of like champion or robotic house that maybe is ties to an Ultron, and maybe Vision has kind of gone and has kind of betrayed humanity by doing that. Would they do something with saying Scarlet Witch's the house of I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like the House of Chaos, and maybe it's like Chaos and Magic. Maybe they're at war with the Temple of Ashanti. It's just those things to consider. And if I was Kabam, I probably would, if I was desperate to launch, and then I would go and do that. But it's it's going to be down to Kabam and the next step that they take with it.
Yeah, that would be interesting, because we know that they have houses in development that they haven't told us about.
Yes.
So maybe the marketing does impact that, right? Because they could easily have some sort of a Black Widow super spy house, right?
Yeah.
Like that would make sense, but they could also have, like you're talking about, like an Ultron house, or oh man, like construct your own Ultron drone. That could be so evil. Like that seems pretty cool. Like Vision makes sense for that as well. And Scarlet Witch, there's a lot that they could do with that, but they may have to shift gear on the house releases based on what properties are actually going to get pushed out into the marketplace first.
That's true. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting time for what they do with the game and how they manage to get it out. And will it be this year? That'll be the key thing. All right, I think we might have concluded all stuff. Is there anything you want to talk about? Is there anything you're up to next week?
I think it's going to be good. We've got another busy week in Marvel Contest of Champions. Just looking at the calendar real quick, I think next week, October 1st, that's when we get Thronebreaker. I think that's going to be the main story for the week, but it's also those Nexus drops get added to the PHC, Grandmaster, and Cavalier crystals.
Yeah.
So a couple of improvements coming along next week, and hopefully by this time next week we have October release notes. We know what the champions are. Fingers crossed, maybe Kabam Original.
Yeah.
Next month.
That's what I'm feeling too.
Hopefully some spooky champs playing to the Halloween theme as usual. Maybe someone off the wall or unexpected. We'll have to see.
I like it. I like it. Okay, that has been the podcast. Thank you everybody for listening on in for episode 35. Episode 36 is next week. If you don't know already, we're available on YouTube. We've got a playlist. We've got SoundCloud. We've got Spotify, iTunes. Thanks everybody. See you later.